Hello and welcome back to BannerKings and our quest to actually marry someone. And that specific someone is indeed Nadea. We have her right here. She's not in an army, so I'm very, very hopeful that I'll be able to catch up to her. Wait a minute. Let's see here. Do jesters such as yourself get married? Yeah, yes, they do sometimes. She wrecked me, didn't she? Yeah. Wow, that was harsh. That was actually a really good burn, to be honest. That was a really good burn. She must know me. She must know me, or she must know Barney's reputation at the very least. And yeah, Barney's just giving me the stink eye right now because he knows that I'm the reason why he has that reputation. Anyway, I'm going to go and speak to Garrios because I'm very much hoping that I will still be able to... yeah, the problem is he's doing this siege right now. That's kind of annoying. I'm just going to let him do it because, as you know, I'm not very good at sieges right now. I'm gonna have to learn some patience before we actually go into these things, which is kind of irritating to me, because let's face it, I'm not a very patient person when it comes to sieges specifically, mostly because sieges themselves are quite frustrating, but... Oh, hello there, look at that! He's actually offering us to become a vassal. The question is, should I do that? If I become a vassal, does that mean I lose all of this stuff? I think I lose all of this stuff, don't I? Workshop grant. Acquire a workshop property. The property will be situated in one of the towns of your contractor. Whoa, that's pretty cool. That is actually pretty cool. Unfortunately for me, it's probably not going to be that useful, but could be pretty awesome. But I've got 577 career points. I mean, this is the funny thing. If I change careers now and indeed become a vassal, that is probably not going to be... those points are probably going to be useless, right? They're going to be wasted. Is that true? I'm actually not entirely sure. Okay, well, I'm going to go and speak to Garrios nevertheless, because I wouldn't mind marrying Nadea anyway. And should I... oh no, he literally wants me to answer right now. I don't have enough money, really. I really do not have enough money to do this, but I'm going to accept it. Okay. I'm going to accept it. Here we go. You, Barney, formally accept to be henceforth bound to the, this faction, fulfill your duties as well as uphold your rights, what cannot be undone by means other than abdication of all rights and lands associated with the contract, treachery, or death. You are obliged to contribute to 40% of your suzerain's ransom, and you are obliged to militarily participate in armies for 40% of their duration. Really? Oh, wow. Okay, yeah, this is much, much harsher than the base game, as you might expect. And you are entitled to ownership of any conquered lands whose title you own. You're entitled to be granted land in case you have none whenever possible. Sure. Okay. We did it. Oh dear, this is not going to work out too well for me, is it? No, this is not going to be good for me at all. You've done a wise thing, Barney. Serve me well, and I promise you will rise high. Yes. Okay. Well, would you mind having Barney marry? Let me review my proposal. This is my proposal. What do you mean? Okay, that does not help me. It's probably because I'm talking to him in this weird menu. See, there you go. This is the... Okay, they didn't expect this. They didn't expect someone to be stupid like me and actually do this really weird way of speaking in here. But yeah, anyway, arranged marriage. It says acceptable, no, because of the score difference. But I could accept this. As you can see, I'm going to be left with 29,000. Does that actually work? No? Nope, that doesn't work at all. Okay, so she's not actually in an army anymore, by the way. So let me actually just see here. There we go. Okay. Maybe this is going to work now because he's right here. This is obviously, you know, a proper way to go. Let's see. It says acceptable no. So I'm going to assume that that is not going to work. This proposal is not acceptable. The union between Barney and Nadea is not adequate. Nadea is worth more than that. Yeah, I agree, actually. I agree. And she's equipped with sick burns as well. And yes, anyway. As part of joining a realm, the Beartilt is receiving a lesser peerage. The family will be able to vote in elections, will not be able to start elections, and will not be able to grant knighthood, will not be eligible to be awarded fiefs, and will be able to host a council. So I literally cannot. I literally can't receive fiefs. What is the point in becoming a vassal then? I have no idea. This is maybe a bad idea. Okay, let's just take a quick look. I don't care about this decision. I don't care about that either. Okay, so how do I do things now? Okay, so this is the court, obviously. Oh wow. Oh dear. I probably should not have done this, all things considered. This is not something that I am that concerned about right now because this is very clearly very harsh. Yeah, might be a bit of a problem, but who's the leader here? That's Atios, and who's this guy? Krotor. They have a load of influence right here. They do not allow commoners. Can I actually join that? Can I actually join that? That's pretty funny. Who's the leader here? Okay. And who are these? Who's this guy? This is just some random. Okay, yeah, so as you can see, we can actually join them really, really easily because they are indeed just commoners. Okay, and then we also have a claimant here. A claimant group supports replacing the realm's current ruler with a claimant. The claimant must be a valid candidate under the realm's succession law. The stronger a candidate, the more likely others will join the claimant group. Current ruler's legitimacy and personal relationship with individual lords are also very important factors. In case the claimant is of the same clan as the current ruler, this means that they would become the family head themselves. Right, okay. That is never going to work, not in a million years. And we also have this going on here as well. So you could see here that this is happening right now. I'm not going to be proposing anything right here, but you can basically say whether you want to change the succession to something else, as long as you have influence to be able to do it. And we currently don't. We currently have zero influence, or very, very small amounts of influence at the very least. So, yeah, I'm actually not entirely sure if I've even done the right thing here, because I am not able to be awarded fiefs. Which is really, really bad, actually, all things considered. Me not being able to be awarded fiefs, that's actually one of the most terrible things that could possibly transpire. Because now what do I do? Well, I guess we've got to work our way up the ranks, and we've got to see exactly how we do this, because I don't know how this works anymore. Because we don't have a career screen, so the career screen is gone, and the only thing I can do, possibly, is try to increase my relation with a variety of friendly lords. And the only way that I can think to do that is, as someone actually recommended or suggested in the comments, is just basically either you give them a huge amount of cash, because as we've seen, if you give 20,000, you can gain like, what, 3 relation, which is really, really bad. But there is also another thing that someone suggested, which was to go and just put some prisoners in their town. You know, just take some prisoners and put them in the town. Most notably, noble prisoners. So enemy vassals and things like that. So maybe that would be an idea. But unfortunately, as it stands right now, I am in a bad situation. There is very, very little I can do now, and I am now without my mercenary thing going on here, and I also have to pay tribute too, which is really bad. So I'm actually wondering whether I've made a grievous error here. I might have. I might have made a really, really bad mistake. Can I buy this? Why can't I buy this? What? It doesn't allow me to buy this for some reason. Why can I not buy this? Is it because I am a... Is it because I'm a vassal now that I can't buy an estate? Surely not, right? Look, look, look. It says, cannot buy from an... Oh, from an illegal settlement owner. Oh. What? It's vacant, though. Okay, right. An illegal settlement owner. So, in other words, I think it's because this used to be a Vlandian fief that I'm not able to do that. Okay. Well, that's very interesting. Okay, so basically what I now need to do is, theoretically, I now need to, I just need to earn as much renown and as much influence as possible so that I can actually start affecting things in and around the kingdom. However, the main issue that I'm having right now is how do I go about doing that in a grand, sweeping way? That's the problem here. Not sure how effective that's really going to be. So that's going to be a huge issue for me right now. I don't actually know how to do that because, as I've said before, it's a little bit tricky. Yeah, it's a little bit tricky because I think what I mean, they've made peace with them now, which is obviously fine. You know, I don't mind making peace with them. I actually wouldn't mind declaring war against the Saddlery or something like that. I think that would be pretty cool to fight them a little bit. And that's the thing, actually. I'm not entirely sure if it's even possible. That's the thing. I don't know. I don't know whether it's actually possible for us to even do that. I mean, here's the thing. If I do this and raid this village, raiding this village will cause a war with the Saddlery. Is this going to make everyone hate me? It is, isn't it? Yeah, that's the problem. Rumor network we're going to go for. Let's do it. Let's just attack. Straight up. Okay, Davalan has been found guilty of the banditry crime. Who's that? I don't know who that is, but yeah, I now have minus 219 influence, as you might expect. My criminal rating has increased in this area as well, because of course, they don't really appreciate me doing this. I've lost my honest trait as well, which is to be expected, but I wanted to try and cause war against the Saddlery. This could be a huge mistake on my part, but I'm not entirely sure what else I could do here. I need to kind of instigate something so that I can increase the amount of influence that I have available to us. It may very well be the case that this ends up being a huge mistake in a grand way. Yeah, she's not very pleased about me doing that. Obviously, she's anti-raid, but that's absolutely fine. I don't have a problem with that. Because what we're going to do is we're literally just going to attack every single person we can get our hands on right now. And maybe Garios is going to come over here and maybe raid Kuyaz. It would be pretty cool if that actually happens. And I wouldn't mind fighting some really big vassals. Massive, massive vassals would be so good right now. I would love for that to happen. But obviously, you know, that's not a given for any particular reason, but you know, I would love to be able to fight some massive vassals. Hopefully they're going to be running around with some pretty decent army sizes or something like that. That could be pretty cool. I only have 41 morale right now, so let me actually just see here. Do they have some beer? They have very few beer. Let's have a look. What do I need? I need alcohol. Yeah, that's the problem. Alcohol is apparently really hard to get for some reason. I don't know why that is, but I seem to have some issues with getting that. Anyway, let's just sell all of these. There we go. They're going to be way too annoying to get rid of otherwise. And there we are. That's another 5,000. Obviously, this is basically pointless. The trading and so on and so forth is going to be basically the only thing that can really keep us afloat at this point, because we no longer have any kind of mercenary wage. But this is basically putting us into the fire right here. And, you know, you think we were comfortable before? Yeah, we were, actually. And now we're not so comfortable. So it's going to be interesting to see exactly what happens. Has decided against making peace. Has decided against making peace with them. Okay, that's actually very cool. That's great. That makes everything so much better for me. Okay, so now all I need to do is I just need to find some larger vassals, because these guys, I'm never going to be able to get into a battle with them. They are way too fast. I'm moving way too slowly. And why am I moving so slowly? Is it because of my prisoners? Yeah, I'm also moving through a desert, which also apparently affects things quite dramatically. I really need to catch up to this particular caravan. They're moving slower than usual, so this is good. Can I get in there? Yes, I can. Thank you very much. Okay, let's just go in for the nice little auto-resolve there. Let's get that done. We're getting some actually pretty decent roguery skill too, which is not too bad. And yeah, the one thing that we can do, of course, is we can go over to my old culture. Well, technically not my old culture. I still have that culture, but you know, we can go over to my old faction that I didn't even join actually back then. But we can go over there actually and sell some of our stuff. Maybe they're gonna have a decent amount of stuff for us, maybe. So I'm gonna go over there. I have burned everything down. And sometimes I feel like that's actually kind of fun, because otherwise, that's the thing. What am I going to do otherwise, right? What am I going to do otherwise? Because from my perspective, we were basically in a situation where we were at the mercy of our faction. What were we going to do? We're going to, what, fight random, well, nothings actually anymore, because he made peace. So there was very little for me to do at that moment in time. And so, you know, that's it. There was nothing else for me to really attack or anything like that. So that was the only reason why I was then deciding, hey, you know what? Let's do it. You know, let's go for it. Let's go for it. And it seems to be working quite nicely so far. I mean, I'm pretty happy with it. Let's get rid of some linen here. Actually, linen is a textile technically, so maybe I shouldn't let that go. But I do have some flax, I suppose, but that's not that great. Do I need tools? No. No, I do need tools. No, I do need tools. It says I need tools here. Apparently. Yeah, okay, yeah, my food variety is not that good right now, so yeah, I'm not a terribly big fan of this. Gonna sell all my prisoners. There we go. 13,000 from that. But this is, I feel like this is actually kind of cool, because it has now kind of put us back into a bit more of a, you know, fighting stance. Because beforehand, as I said, you know, we were kind of comfortable. We were kind of like, oh yeah, I'm a mercenary. I'm safe. I don't really need to do anything, you know, super drastic. We can basically just go wherever we want, do whatever we want without any kind of repercussions. Whereas now, things are very, very different. You know, we have to make some moves. So suffice it to say, we have to make some moves. Otherwise, we're gonna be dead in the water. You know, we're gonna be dead in the water. And this actually gives me a good opportunity to recruit some of these guys as well, because these guys are actually pretty fantastic. Oh yeah, one thing I wanted to do as well is go into this, go into some of these castles, because they're actually going to provide us with some really, really good trade. As you can see, look at this. They've got insane amounts of stuff, surprisingly. And I'm wondering whether they have... Yeah, there we go, there we go. They might actually have some beer. They have very few beer. They do have some wool. Yeah, the morale is a big issue for me right now. The morale is a huge, huge problem, and I'm not entirely sure what I'm supposed to really do about that, but we're just going to buy a whole bunch of food. I have way too much food, by the way, but I think I just need to get rid of some volume, you know, just get rid of some volume, because we have way too much grain and everything. Fine date fruit is okay, but we're just going to get rid of some of it, because I don't even really mind if the trader doesn't have enough money. I think that's fine. But generally, yeah, I just basically want to make sure that we have a significant amount of space and speed and all that stuff, because otherwise we're going to have some huge issues, aren't we? Yeah, we're going to have some huge issues. I mean, we're just going to level these guys up a little bit when we go into some of these battles. And here we go. We also have this heroic leader. No, probably not going to take that. Even though this does give us a plus 10% battle morale penalty to enemies when troops in your formation kill an enemy, that's actually pretty good. I think I might actually take that. Because authority, on the other hand, is pretty decent if you're going for a governor, but obviously I'm not going to be a governor, so yeah, I guess that's the best way to go about it. Has their marketplace refreshed yet? I'm kind of hoping it has. It's got they got 10,000. Yeah, that's not really very good. Because this is what's going to happen. Yeah, they're already bankrupt that fast. Yeah, exactly. All right, so let's go back into Aserai territory, see if we can find some big vassals. I was actually kind of hoping that we'd be able to find an army of around 300 to 400 troops, maybe even 500 troops. I might be able to take on something that large, but for some reason we're having some issues. We're having some issues with that. Ah, hello. Who's that? Who are you? Oh yeah, yeah, a bit of a problem right here. We can't actually catch up to anyone on the waves anymore, and I'm actually not entirely sure why, because I'm still technically the same culture, and that should technically still give me the speed bonus when we are on the waves. But I no longer have that for some reason, and I actually don't know why that is, because yeah, we did change our religion, but that shouldn't have made any difference. Alright, so it's just dawned on me that we haven't really done many battles in the desert, and I was kind of thinking, hey, I think that's about to change right now, because let's face it, I feel like we should probably do some of this just to get a little bit used to how the Aserai tend to fight, because if we do go into a battle with some of their larger opponents, it's going to be a rude awakening. If we, you know, if we don't know how they fight, if we don't know what kind of units they like to use, they seem to definitely prefer horse archers and cavalry-based units, as obviously these fellows are slightly different from the base game version of the Aserai, so I do have to be a bit more aware of that. But obviously, this is literally a caravan, by the way. This is just a caravan that was moving slightly slower than what they would like, of course. And they are super, super simple for us to deal with, but that's the point. It's not really about that. It is more about the fact that we have the ability to see exactly what kinds of units they're gonna tackle with us. And other than that, it gives me an opportunity to have some fun in the dunes, which I very much appreciate, because let's face it, we haven't really been doing too much fighting, a lot of auto-resolves and things like that, but I would like to try and get a little bit more here and there. But unfortunately, it's just impossible. I don't know why, but for some reason, no one has any significant power in this area. I actually don't know what's going on with the Aserai, but everyone seems to be, well, basically non-existent. As you can quite clearly tell right here, we've got Awa here, we got this guy. They could basically fight me together, but unfortunately, because we're so strong, which is quite a funny thing for me to say, because I personally think that we're not really, you know, we're not really that strong. I mean, we just have the numbers, right? We just have the numbers. So, you know, this is what's going to happen. And, well, thankfully, oh, look at that. I actually asked her name in her language. There you go. And we actually increased our relation with her. You know what? Let's fight her. I'm not going to go into the battle because there is no point, but I am going to let her go after the fact. There we go. Because then we can gain some more relation with her clan. I actually find it quite funny. I feel like it would probably be easier for me to, you know, court someone else at this point, because Nadea is far out of our reach. It feels like that to me, at least. But yeah, I'm actually unsure what we're supposed to do now, because if we are a vassal, we have a lesser peerage, which means, again, that we cannot be awarded any fiefs, right? We can't take control of any fiefs, and so as a result, we are then kind of stuck in between. And I'm not sure how to have a full peerage. So I guess that's the reason why it may have been a better idea to stay as a mercenary. But we do have the opportunity to do some really, really, you know, shall we say, unscrupulous things. Because I was kind of hoping that we'd be able to cause a lot of strife, a lot of mischief, I guess you could kind of call it. And that's kind of what I'm going for right here. Okay, yeah, making peace, that's fine. Yeah, we can, yeah, that's also, what's this? Our kingdom will receive 1,500 tribute daily. All right, are they going to accept that? Are they going to accept that? No, it doesn't seem like it. I mean, look at this. our faction is actually pretty strong in comparison. Well, no, actually, never mind. These guys are pretty strong. Okay, I don't even have any influence right now because obviously I caused war here, and that's technically a dishonorable act. That's the reason why we have so little in influence. But yeah, as you can see, that guy over there, 113, does not want to fight us. Let me see. So I have prisoners. That's it. I can't really do much else. Can't really do anything else with that. So I am now in a bit of a quandary. I don't know. I'm not entirely sure what we can do. I guess, can I buy this estate? Nope. Cannot buy foreign kingdom estates except if they are under allodial tenure law. So basically, you can't buy estates unless you are a part of that faction. And we've kind of made our bed now, haven't we? We've kind of made our bed pretty hard with our current faction because we are now, in fact, in a vassalage situation. So I guess we'll see what happens with that. Oh, these guys have insane amounts of cash. So let's just sell all of this. There we go. Gonna get 31,000 for that. Gonna sell this. Let me see. Is there anything else here that I can potentially sell? Not really. Oh, they got some decent beer. Not bad, not bad. They got some wool as well. Yeah, the morale system. I never thought that the morale system was actually going to impact us this hard, but yeah, it seems to be a pretty harsh thing to deal with. And you know what? I'm wondering whether I should actually cause war against another one. Do you think I should go for another one? Because I feel like I should probably go for another one. I don't know. Because right now, I'm feeling... I don't know. I'm feeling pretty good about it. Okay, you know what? Let's do it. There we go. Oh, it's actually hilarious. Wait a minute. Wait. Wait a minute. So if you... Okay, that is interesting. So if you actually attack a caravan rather than a village to begin war, you actually don't lose influence because apparently that's an honorable act, or it is not considered dishonorable. That's very interesting. Okay, we've got a lot of vassals here, by the way. I want to fight them. Hello there. Would you like to fight me? Yes, here we go. Maybe we can get some of them. Maybe we can trap some of them into attacking. Here we are. This is what we want. Okay, this guy wants to fight. Yeah, come on. Let's do it. Come on. Fight me. Are you serious? Come on. All of these guys could have come in right there. That would have been nice. That would have been like a 400 strong army or something like that. That would have been pretty cool. All right, here we go. All right, this is a big one. Here we go. All right, this is exactly what I was talking about. Unfortunately for me, however, they're probably going to have some pretty high tier... Okay, maybe not. Huh. Well, that's kind of interesting. I'm not entirely sure what's going on with that, but they literally do not seem to have any high tier troops whatsoever. That seems a bit strange. Anyway, request council position. Ah, there it is. Request full peerage. That's how we're going to get a full peerage, and that's how we're going to be able to, own things. You need clan tier 4 minimum. Well, it's recommended that we get clan tier 4 minimum and have good relations with full peers. Holding property, caravans, workshops, estates, lordships is a positive factor as well. Okay, very good to know. Okay, that means we just need to invest. We just need to invest a lot of money in workshops and some caravans and some all kinds of other things, and also obviously get a huge amount of renown, huge amount of influence and everything like that, and then we're going to be good. At least, hopefully, we're going to be good. So, let's see how we do here. These guys that we're fighting right now, they're looking pretty bad. They don't seem to be particularly strong, but that doesn't mean anything. Because, as you know, people like this can literally just be like, they could be a big surprise, basically. They can be a big surprise. So it would probably be good if we actually just take a look here and see what's happening. I'd like to actually do some damage to the enemy cavalry if I can, or not, as the case may be, because these guys apparently are knowing exactly what I'm up to. There we go, good damage, not too bad. I mean, I'm saying good damage, even though, I mean, that's the thing. This is RBM, so obviously, you know, it's good damage. There's a couch lance. Nice. Okay, now let's actually just tell my infantry to auto-delegate because they're just going to charge. I knew they were going to charge, but I just wanted to make sure that we can actually get them into a decent position before that. And otherwise, let's do some damage. Well, everything actually seems to be going really quite well so far, which I'm still very surprised at. I mean, I guess I shouldn't be, because they had militiamen. That's literally what they had, and that was the reason why I said to you at the very beginning here, I was like, oh yeah, these guys, I don't know, they might be full of full of surprises potentially, but clearly they are not. And yeah, as you see here, the enemy is even deciding. I look at my forces, they're actually grouping up. I love that. That is so cool. That's really, really fun, actually. Okay, now let me see here. Oh, nice hit, nice hit. And wow, yeah, no, we seem pretty good right now. We seem pretty good. I've got to say, I actually thought that I was losing because I actually mistook my icon for the enemy's icon because they look relatively similar. And then I remember that we are technically a part of the Western Empire. You know, base game term, of course. But yeah, we're not actually. And yeah, so that's kind of interesting actually. But otherwise, I think we are going to be okay. It just very much depends on what happens in this next clash in the center here. Because if we actually end up achieving victory here, it very much depends on this. And that is it. There we go. That seems to be the victory for us. The enemy is not yet realizing it, as they do still have quite a few archers, but I believe they are too low tier for them to be able to do much at all. As you've seen, my horse has taken quite some damage, but that seems to be about it. You can see here that I've barely taken any damage myself, and surprisingly enough, I feel like, yeah, we've definitely lost some people. I mean, we've lost quite a few, as you can see. I've actually taken 64 casualties, but there you go, 96 actually 94 influence, and what was that? How much right now? 47 renown. Not bad, not bad. And we did get some decent morale, but as we know, morale doesn't really... I'm not entirely sure. I don't think it makes any difference really that much. Anyway, we technically gained 123 influence because of our perk. And apparently the perk does not get calculated after the battle. It's more when you get back onto this screen. That's what happens. Okay, so we are probably going to be... Should I let all these guys go? Or shall I take them prisoner? Because if I have basically made my bed, as it were, with our current faction, wouldn't it make more sense for me to take them prisoner? Let's actually see what happens if I take them prisoner. Nothing? Oh. Right. Nothing actually happens. So that is basically pointless. So if I let them go now, I am actually going to be getting decent relations in comparison to... I feel like that's quite funny because generally I feel like what should happen is when you take people prisoner and you're part of a faction, I feel like your friendly faction should gain relation when you take prisoners of the enemy. I feel like that would be a pretty nice thing to do. But yeah. Apparently that's not the case. Apparently that's not the case. So yeah, anyway, we'll just take all of these. That's all I can actually take, surprisingly enough. But that's okay. That's absolutely fine. We got a huge amount of loot as well. Massive amounts of loot right there. And now I need to get out of here. Because we could very easily be pounced upon, and I think we'd probably lose. I think we'd probably lose at this point. Because as you can see, there's actually quite a few relatively powerful people nearby. I'm actually going to go over to Akalat. I think that's where we need to go. There we go. Let me actually just see here. Has decided to make peace. Oh, you made peace with them straight away. Okay, that's actually quite funny. All right, yeah. Well, I'm just gonna sell the prisoners here. I'm gonna. Wow, we got a hefty amount of rewards for that. As you can see, I can literally sell all of their gear. I can sell all of their weapons, all of their ranged weapons, and so on and so forth for a pretty significant amount here. And not bad, if I do say so myself. Look at this, not bad. And we can actually just do this. Let me see here. Yeah, we can get rid of all these things. Let me see. Do they have anything cool? Yeah, they've got some beer. Wow, they've got a lot of hardwood, actually. Can sell this at Danustica for a huge amount. Okay, well, there's wool here too. I'm going to buy that. Going to buy flax. Going to buy tools. We need all this stuff to maintain our morale, but you can see here that my morale is currently at 100. I think it is still at 100. Yeah, it is going to remain 100 for a little bit of time, just purely because of that battle. We gained 26 morale from it, which is pretty incredible. So basically, they made peace almost instantly. Kind of surprising that they did that, but I guess that is because I didn't raid one of their villages, maybe? Maybe that was the reason? I actually don't know. But yeah. Anyway, this is obviously going to depreciate really, really fast. But I don't know whether I really care about that, because generally I purchased this wood for pretty much nothing, so I might as well just sell it. Try to get a little bit of extra cash here and there. Ooh, plus 20% damage bonus from speed with polearms while mounted. That sounds pretty fun. Yeah, let's go for Lancer. Why not? Sounds pretty good. And yeah, we're still at war against the Aserai, but as you know, I'm not actually a big fan of fighting the Aserai. They don't have any strong vassals, whereas the, you know, Southern Empire, as they are known in the base game, the Basileia Ton Kauradoi, I don't even know, as they are known here, are really quite strong. You know, they've got some pretty good people. Anyway, that's going to be it for this episode. I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.